try to destroy them all. And
really, the artistic part of this this movie would be the fact that like they're not really zombies; they're more of that mutant type of, that mutant type of creature. As to where they're actually like a cannibalistic family, I guess you could say, because anybody who comes in their area of the woods, they would they capture, kill, and then use as sustenance. Kind of gross.
Another movie that was supposed to be on here, but wasn't added, was supposed to be Zombieland. And what made that really artistic was how one of the main characters, Tallahassee, his will to survive, like his way to keep on going wasn't like life, but it was to find Twinkies and eat them, which I found pretty goofy. And then also, in a lot of parts of the movie, they would stop, look back at you as if they knew you were watching, like give you hints. And also they would actually call them zombies, because as you guys know, almost all zombie things, they never call them zombies for some reason.
Okay, another final example would be
Can't remember much before all this started. Sometimes I feel like this has been my whole life. Running. Killing.
okay, so Resident Evil follows a female named Amy. And zombies get out of a secret facility, and she was in that facility for some reason, and the secret facility was called the Hive. Yeah, it was Alice. Alice's name. She was suffering from amnesia. Amnesia, as you might have heard, she said like she can't remember like anything beforehand and what happened. So she's just trying to survive with the military that were there at the base with her.
the artistic portion of this movie would be like, you've got that female lead, which isn't really common for like more of an action flick. They're not typical zombies, as you saw, they fly, and they're not just zombies, they're more of like a mutated like creature. Okay, so then
The book, ways how it's commercial is one, that there's a main character, and instead of like her just staying in one place, she keeps on moving, and it's kind of typical, like in a zombie thing, just gotta keep moving forward, just like in Resident Evil. The group that Alice was in later on in Extinction, they would keep on moving around. Just like in Walking Dead, Rick Grimes and his group, they would keep on going from Atlanta to the jail to Alexandria. But here, like, Temple would just keep on moving around. Another thing how it's commercial is that she would like accidentally get herself into sticky situations. Like for example, at the beginning of the book, she went down into this house, fell into a meth lab with meth lab zombies. Just like how in The Walking Dead, they went into a jail with like the whole prison. They're undead. That was unsuspected. And another way that the book was commercial was kind of just basically how it was like carried out. I guess I would want to say that, with just blood and gore, just like everything else with zombies.
And then she plays the Karen role where she finds a person to protect throughout the book. She's not just alone for the majority of the book. She finds Mary, who she goes to protect, and Mary survives to the end of the book. How this book is artistic is because she is a female, but she's not just a female, she's a teenager. She starts out the book killing the zombies at 14 years old. She's going around surviving by herself at 14 years old and protecting a grown man throughout the book, who we would think normally would be protecting the little girl. So it's like a flip-flop situation. She's not going through the world of the book to survive or to kill zombies. She's going to see the world, to explore the world and have fun. This is why she doesn't stay in the places. She doesn't go to safe houses and try to see how long she'll last at the safe house. She goes there, stops, recruits, gets some food, And then after that, then she leaves and goes on her way. She wanted to see Niagara Falls was her main objective for her life that she never gets to see. But that was her journey. She'd been from California to Florida to Texas. She was traveling the world using the time when most people are afraid to leave a spot where they are, which made the book more artistic.
Okay, so really quick, we've got a newspaper that was found, you know, in the time period. Okay, and this is our critique of the book for you guys, and we're gonna
Flip the light, huh?
quick synopsis of it. Okay. Okay, so really what I found was most interesting about the book was the attention to detail that the author had. Is this book, even, you know, besides all the gore and stuff, he went into like extreme detail surrounding like the characters and the like the setting. I think the whole first almost 10 to 15 pages of the book were nothing but like setup and you know, for the whole apocalypse. You know, one thing that was really interesting about it was the fact that this whole book was set 25 years after the apocalypse started, which was kind of, you know, an artistic element to the, you know, to the novel, because most zombie books, you know, you see the outbreak happen and you kind of exist in that urgency, whereas this is kind of afterwards, and, you know, it's not something you normally see.
What I liked about the book, it was really different, especially since it's a like female teenager. It's like usually it's like Rick Grimes is like an old male trying to protect his like group of like, basically his family now. She's like alone. She's female. She's a teenager, and that's pretty cool how she could be so independent during that time, and that's what I really like.
For me, what I really liked about the book was just the amount of detail it had. It would literally say like how they slit the throat, when they slit it, and the blood that would come out and where it would go. Because in a lot of things, it's kind of just broad, like, yeah, I killed them. And you have to like put every single detail that you can think of, how it smelled, where they were, what it looked like, how it felt. And something else that I really liked, that Temple, the main character, was this girl around our age, and she was a total badass, just going around like knifing people like it wasn't anything. She wouldn't get fazed by it.
What I liked about the book is, like they had mentioned, how detailed it was, especially in the beginning, because they really like give you a really good description of the setting, and you can like totally understand what's going on. Although I did like that it was kind of slow at first, but eventually you'll kind of understand why. And then just when they kill the zombies, like a lot of times in commercial films or books, it's just like they kill them, there's a bunch of gore, and that's it. But this one, like Eduardo had said, it's like really, really into detail and gives you like where exactly it is, what bone, anything that you really want to know. So that's what I mostly like.
So something that I really liked, again, as they all said, was the detail. Like wherever she went, like it was like well explained, like how she got there, like her vehicle. Also, my favorite part was like when she's like with the men like playing poker, like she always like finds a way to fit in with them, and she never like tries to feel like excluded of anything. And yeah, that's basically what I like.
What I liked about the book was it basically was a movie in words. Like you was reading the book and you could legit see everything. This book I read one time and I could memorize every scene of it. From the beginning when she's on the beach, to when the grandpa has her kill him, to when she leaves off. To when she leaves off and kills all the mutants. You could, it was so in detail that they told you that she beat one of the mutants with a bunch of bitter, so it stopped twitching. So now you could picture somebody just beating something in the corner, and just blood everywhere, and then all of a sudden it just doesn't move anymore. That it was very in detail and then in action, so you wasn't really bored with the book. The only thing that went bad about it was, in the end, the detail was not as good about it. The ending numbers really liked. It wasn't like actiony as we thought it was going to be, because like in the middle it got really in deep into action and she was going crazy, and then at the end she just like died.
I was gonna say, I think I can pretty much speak for everybody when I say like the ending was probably the least liked part of the book. And honestly, it was probably the only part of the book that I disliked. because it was like you're going through this whole story. You know, you're part of it. You feel like you're part of it, and then all of a sudden it just ends. I feel like had they tweaked the ending a little bit, there could have been a room for either more books in the series or just room for you to kind of make up your own type of ending and how that kind of panned out. So I would really recommend this for anybody who wants like a really good fiction read, or if they do like that, that kind of like that text to imagery type of, read that you can really visualize. This is, the detail in this book is just outstanding.
I'd recommend it, to be honest, because I hate reading books. I'm just not a person to read books at all. I watch movies, but I don't read books. And this was like super visual, so it really did keep me like entertained and just wanting to keep on reading it. I really don't like reading, so that kind of says something.
This is a book that should be a movie, but somehow isn't. But when you read this book, it's basically, you can't hate it. It's just, you're seeing it. It's like you have a TV in front of you as you're looking at the words of the book.
Yeah, I'd recommend it too, because I'm not even like a huge zombie fan necessarily. Like most of those movies that we showed you guys, like I hadn't seen prior. But I really liked it. Like it was super descriptive, and I really hope that they make a movie out of it.
Yeah, so I would recommend it, even though like the beginning of it was kind of confusing. Like at first it was like temple, like I didn't know if it was like a place or a thing. Like it was like kind of slow, like until like I finally picked it up. Like I like that part. Also like the last part was like the part that I didn't like. She just gets killed all of a sudden. But I would still recommend it. Will read. It has so much detail.
Yeah, like everyone said, the beginning and the end was just, I don't know, it was just really bad for what the middle was, like what it was going up to become. And like she said, the beginning was really, it's very confusing. Like when she said slugs, I thought she was talking about like shotgun slugs or something, like they were everywhere, and then it turned out they were zombies, they were mutants, like that. I don't know. It was really confusing, but the middle was it had a lot of energy to it if you read with and like visualized it, so I'd recommend it.
All right, and in lieu of us all not liking the ending of the book, we're actually going to reenact how we think the ending should have gone for you guys.
So I would give the book 4 out of 5 zombie heads because of the ending. Without the ending, I would have gave it all 5 zombie heads.
I ended up giving it 4.5 just for the ending of the book. It was the ending really kind of took off that half point there.
For me, I would say like a 3.8. I guess we can round it up to a 4 zombie heads, like on the sheet. The only reason why I'd round it up is she was pretty cool to me, like just right there on the sheet. She's hashtag waifu material. But I just didn't like the ending at all.
I was like 42.
So bad.
I'd give it 4 out of 5 zombie heads also. Same reason for Baker. I didn't like the ending. And also, I'd probably give 4.5 if just because of the ending, but then also I gave 4 because like I kind of wish there was a little bit more characters. Like I kind of like how The Walking Dead has like a huge group of people, and I thought that would be a cool element to this, but overall I still really enjoyed the book.
So I gave it like 4.5 because of the beginning and the end part. I didn't like really like it, but in the middle it was like really good, like lots of detail. And it like really kept me like reading, and it was hard to like put it down.
I'd give it 4 out of 5, just like Kyle and everyone said. The ending was pretty, we're just reiterating, the ending was not what it was meant to be. And so right now we're going to try to do what we want.